Welcome into Recife, Brazil, and the FIBA Basketball AmeriCup 2022, Day 3, Game 3, Panama taking on United States. Group C action on the way for you as the fans slowly file in here to the arena in Recife, Brazil. A rainy day here in Recife, much like it was yesterday. 24 degrees Celsius outside in Recife for our American viewers. That's 76 Fahrenheit as you take a look at Group C. Mexico 2-1, they are done with all games played. Venezuela beat them in the last contest 80-74. A reminder that Venezuela and the US still have a half to play. That's the reason why you see the Americans with just one game played so far, even though they played a half, technically. This is gonna be game number 2 for them against Panama. And a win here will put them in good position to try and claim a top spot in Group C after dropping their first game to Mexico. Fans in Brazil have been great hosts here, taking in a great FIBA basketball action. And we're moments away from being introduced to the two teams as Panama runs out of the tunnel first. Panama with a world rank of 49. They fell to Mexico 65-60 in their last outing. And of course, the loss to Venezuela in the opening game. They arrived here in Brazil late, had to play the game, their first game, actually be rescheduled, and ended up playing that on match day 1, and it was the nightcap. Legs really weren't underneath them. Venezuela got out early and ran it down their throats, and were able to come away with a victory. Much better performance from Panama against Mexico. And now in their third game, which is potentially their last game here in Recife, we'd love to see the effort that they play with against the Americans. Here is Team USA. Frank Mason leads them out of the tunnel. Of course, Team USA, the #1 rank in FIBA basketball world rankings. They lost to Mexico in their first game. Their second game, they were dominating Venezuela, up big at the half. There was a leak in the roof. It was pouring here in Recife. Leak in the roof, multiple leaks on the court. We had to postpone the game. We will play that half later on this week. But right now, this is a full contest for Team USA as they get set to take on Panama. We'll pause now for the playing of the national anthems for these two great nations.
Ladies and gentlemen, remain standing for the national anthem of Hino Nacional do Panamá. Welcome teams, exchange gifts. Cumprimento dos atletas. Aquela troca de carinho, só agora. Estão na caixa, DJ Doido.
Both teams hitting the handshake line and
Vamos nessa, Recife!
exchanging pleasantries before we begin the game. It gives us a chance to look at our three officials who will be in charge. This game in check, Bartel, Ibarra.
Introducing the referees, apresentando os árbitros. Andrés Gaston do Uruguai,
Chiconato
Felipe Ibarra do
Brazil.
Chile e Diego Chiconato do Brasil.
Starting lineups on your way. Let's take a look at both teams warming up with under 3 minutes till tip-off here in Brazil's second game for Team USA. They still have a half to play to complete their third against Venezuela. Panama will be playing their third final game in the group stage, looking for a win to leave Brazil with on a high note. Frank Mason, Norris Cole, Greg Sword, Gary Clark, and Steven Zimmerman, the five. Start the game for Team USA. Greg Sword will circle him because he had a great half against Venezuela. Head coach Alexander Jensen, the Utah Jazz organization, leading the charge here for Team USA. You're the starting five for Panama, led by their captain, Trevor Gaskins, Daniel King. Romero is one you'll want to circle, Rodriguez and Ayarza. Samara Ayarza. Hasn't really shot the ball well here in Brazil. And Flor Melendez, the Argentinian head coach, rather Puerto Rican head coach leading Panama and their squad here in Brazil. So Panama obviously with a tough task in front of them as they look to try and get their first win here. They've shown some signs of life in the quarters, but it just seems like they run out of gas towards the end of games. How do they prevent that in this matchup?
They've got to get off. They've got to get off to a good start, and you're right. They, run out of gas. Don't necessarily have the depth, and the importance is going to be, limiting turnovers, and execution on the offensive end, getting themselves good shots, because you're going to have if you're Gaskins, you're going to have your hands full. There's a number of guards on the other side over there. Frank Mason, Norris Cole, Jeremy Pargo, that are going to be coming in and pushing it down your throat. And Chore had a good game, had a good half in the previous game, fourth quarter, and coach stuck with him. But now, you're going up against some more experience, so the attention to detail is going to be important. The execution, and there's less room for error, right? So just valuing the basketball and not allowing, again, and we've said it time and time again, not allowing this USA team to turn you over, get out in transition, get easy layups, get easy buckets. And they haven't shown to be, the best offensive, team here in this tournament yet. But we do know they have that potential to get going and get rhythm and play the game that they want, the up and down game. So if you're Panama, that's one thing on the offensive side, and two, just limiting the transition of the USA, and that's balance. That starts with good shots on the offensive end, balance on shots and getting back, and having some good communication and defensive transition.
Well, if you watch the game between the U.S. and Venezuela, you are now, unfortunately, accustomed to seeing our graphic on the bottom of the screen. Tip-off delay due to the technical issue. That technical issue is that water is gathering in front of the Panamanian bench. And for player safety, make sure that the leak stops and identify where it's coming from. Towel also in front of the American bench. You can see it there on your screen on the wide shot. That is the reason for delay. FIBA taking every precaution to make sure that none of these players have to play under circumstances that may cause them any harm. I was over there earlier, Devon, and it's not a big leak, but it is a constant drip. And if not attended to, really between every single play, it could be a problem. And I think FIBA's doing the right job here, making sure that we get things sorted before this game even starts, because Team USA already has half a second game. We were able to see Venezuela get their second win of the tournament. And a big win over Mexico. Mexico had been rolling. They upset the US in their first game, the first time they ever beat the United States at an AmeriCup competition. Walked past Panama, but unfortunately weren't able to sweep the group, as Venezuela showing a lot of heart coming back in that second half, really taking control of the game in the third quarter. Mexico did not have a response, and now will have to get some help instead of guiding their own destiny, hoping that things fall their way so they could make their way to the knockout stage. Speaking of which, there are 3 groups here, A, B, and C. And if you're wondering how the knockout stage goes, the top seed in each group automatically moves on. The second seed in each group automatically moves on. And then there are 2 remaining spots. And that will be a fight for them between 6 teams. The team with the best record, and then also point differential. It will end up being a draw to see who plays who in the knockout round to prevent any sort of tanking in the final games. Though the officials sending back teams to the bench, that means we might actually get going here in Recife, which is a good sign. Thumbs up all around as it continues to rain here in beautiful northeast of Brazil. Set off the top, 74 degrees Fahrenheit, 23 Celsius, and a whole lot of rain. So much for my beach day.
You've been talking about that beach day for a while. I've been watching the weather. I wasn't going to say it. But I did see it.
Gotta put the kibosh on. Yeah. Let's listen into the Panamanian huddle for Melendez, the head coach.
Sé que aquí primero si puedo, si no puedo, sigo con el handoff. Y ahí cuando sigo con el handoff, hacer el
defensive assignments being handed out. Coach Jensen already has his squad on the court. Remind them the starting lineups for both teams. For Team USA, Mason, Cole, Sword, Clark, and Zimmerman. And for Panama, we will see Gaskins, King, Yarza, Romero, Rodriguez. Panama wearing the all white, Team USA in the road blue. moments away from tip-off for the third game here on match day 3. 2 thrilling ones to start the day. 1-point game to start our day here. Canada defeating Colombia, Venezuela defeating Mexico. Let's see what Team USA Panama give us. Off we go. Tap controlled by the U.S. Zimmerman throws it inside to Clark. Clark using his body, and Romero came down with a flat-footed block and wins a jump ball. That was one of the most unathletic blocks I've ever seen. Romero using his length there and tying up Clark. Here's King. Yarza on the cut, pulls, left it short. Here's Clark pushing the other way. Now looking for help. Finds it in Mason. Going to be Clark for 3. Indeed.
Great job there. Great shot in the pick and roll action. Clark just stepping up, stepping into it, and Yarza, you know, just looked like he wasn't interested in closing out there, almost daring him to shoot it. So that's a great shot.
Came out nonchalantly with his hand in his pocket. Here he is on the up fake over Cole. Overshot the rim. Mason will push the other way. Mason looking for help now. Going to be Cole. Down low. Zimmerman using the rim to protect and finish.
Just a great job there, catching it in the dunker spot and just caught the defense on his backside there. And like you said, he used the rim. Good finish, good touch. To kiss it for the big fella.
5-0 lead for Team USA. This is Gaskins. Here's Romero on the much smaller Mason. It's the second shot that just overshot the rim here from Panama. Going to be Clark. Cross-court pass. Sword did a good job keeping it in bounds. Unfortunately, could not find his teammate. Instead finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez pulls up the top of the key and drills it.
Great shots. I know analytics tell you, you know, three's not the, excuse me, the mid-range game is not the best shot in the game. But I love to see when guys get in there and get to the spot, elevate it, and knock down shots. Take reads, not just, these guys aren't computers, right? It's not algorithms.
Sword attacking with the around the world layup, lays it in nicely. The analytic people will also tell you, though, that that's not true about the mid-range shot. That's a myth. If it's a good shot, it's a good shot. It's the bad mid-range shots that they frown upon.
The problem is who's taking them, right? Sometimes you have guys that lose themselves that shouldn't be taking shots, period, just pulling up anywhere, right? Not understanding, you know, advantages.
Cole for 3. Oh, good. That might have been one of those shots we're talking about. Quick 3. King driving down the lane. Count it. No, missed it. But it'll go to the line for 2.
That's a guy you want going to the rim, like you see there. You don't want him pulling up. So good job here in transition, give and go Romero and get himself to the free throw line. Now, if he had pulled up, we would have a problem.
It's Mason's first foul here in the quarter. So Daniel King is on the first free throw and knocks it down. Hadn't gotten to the line up until just then here in the tournament. He's only averaging 2 points, 4.5 boards in 17 minutes of play.
Big-time rebounder, right? You look over his career, he's had multiple seasons where he's had double-digit rebounding seasons.
Mason using the Zimmerman screen. Now looking for help, finds it in Clark. Good extra pass. That's a better shot from Cole when it falls.
Extra pass, rhythm shots.
Offensive foul called on King, and Sword did a good job of trying to fight over the screen, forcing King to move. Here you see it. Just a little bit of a hip check, which will be great ice hockey, bad at basketball. King picks up his first foul.
You got to appreciate the passion and enthusiasm that Sword plays with.
No question about it. He had a stellar half of a game against Venezuela, as we see Pargo, who just checks in and calmly cashes in a floater for his first two. Grant on the drive. Floater, no good. Cheatman and Clark battle for it. Then Cole touched in last, will stay here.
That's tough thing there, trying to save a live ball under your basket, right? You give your opponent another opportunity there to save.
Rodriguez tees up a three, left it short. On that last play, Gaskins seemed like he got Sword a little bit of a Charlie horse as Cheatman inside, couldn't finish at the rim. Romero shocked that he was called for the foul, but he is.
We'd seen Cheatman warm up earlier, and he's a highlight waiting to happen here. You see the drop off. I was expecting to get above the rim. What are you saying? He's gonna have one of those highlights.
Feels like he's due. Timeout on the floor, 5:43 remaining in the first period. 12-5 your score, Team USA in front.
Y deja 5 solo para triple. Hablamos del tiempo, hablamos de que vamos a jugar con el tiempo. ¿Por qué tenemos que joder el tiro? ¡Ey, atienda! ¿Por qué tenemos que joder el tiro? ¡Calma! Sigue trabajando la bola. Que baje el reloj. Allá, no hay baseline. De nadie. Los hombres los tiramos para acá. Y volvemos a lo mismo. Hablamos de lo mismo mal. Hablamos de lo mismo mal. Prisa aquí por tirar. Pues muevan la bola y hagan buenas corridas.
Ellos están cambiando todo. Si yo paso la bola a ti, mira a ellos primero porque tienen pequeño poder. Si no tienen nada, juega otra bola. Mira a este primero.
Got to see head coach Trevor Gaskins there for a second. He has extended life within basketball with the clipboard in his hands right now, still looking to score buckets.
He will definitely have a future in coaching.
Meanwhile, at the line, it's Cheatman. This is his first free throw. Cheatman, a high flyer. He's made for YouTube, the YouTube era. There's 1 or 2 from the line. 13-5 your score. There's Gaskins. Romero. King fakes the handoff and then hands it to Gaskins. 5 to shoot. Patrick McCaw on Gaskins at the moment. Gaskins has to fire it up. A one-legged three, can't get it to go. Pargo will push the other way. Cross-court pass. It leads to a Lamb three, straight on, and he drills it.
Great ball movement, extra pass around the horn, and Lamb shot ready.
Lamb's first three-pointer of the game. Good cut there by Romero. He's blocked by Meeks, but the foul is called late. Even Meeks was shocked that the whistle didn't blow initially on the block.
You went right in. Romero's been one of the bright spots for Panama, in my opinion, right? I just like the way he plays, his energy. You see him here, just catching Meeks sleeping there, gets the back door, gets himself to the free throw line. But what's been impressive to me about him is he's taken coaching, right? And Gaskins has always been in his ear and has been tough on him, but has encouraged him as well, and he hasn't stopped playing. His levels haven't dropped at all. And in fact, like, he's always seemed to answer the call and more picked up his play. So I've been really impressed with him.
He's averaging 12 points, 8 rebounds in 2 games of this tournament. He's been perfect from the foul line as he cashed in those 2 free throws. Cheatman with a good pass. It ends up in McCaw's hands from the corner. Can't get it to go. Cheatman had a hand on it. King vacuums it in and fired it right at the shoulder of Romero. Meeks puts it on the deck. Again, good ball movement from the Americans. Leads to a Pargo 3 who cashes it. $19-7 the score with 4:05 to play here in the first period. Rodriguez, the ball caught on his hip. Lucky for him, it bounced back to him. Romero showing you to step back. Doesn't fall. King, no bucket. They're going to call the foul on King on the push-off.
King knew there he wasn't going to be able to jump with Cheatman. So he gave him that light little nudge and said, listen, get out, you can fly on, young fella. I'm going to get this rebound here.
Referees put a stop to that. That's the second foul for King. You see him exit the game earlier than expected. Pargo picked up his dribble in a weird area. Have to find an outlet. Lamb does not hesitate, in and out. Cheatman slapped at it. Panama with possession. Gaskins working on the defense of Cheatman. Tried to find Grant, but the good hands there by McCaw. And Grant tracked back and stole it away. Romero down the lane. He's going to get called for the offensive foul. No basket.
That's tough there, right? Running the floor, and he gets the pass there, but that's got to be a better decision by Gaskins, right? You're putting the big fella in a tough position to gather himself. The defenders are set. You don't want him to be making a decision on the fly, and picks up the charge there.
Meeks. Pargo. Meeks slashing inside. Lamb. McCaw. Meeks, that's so tough to guard. The ball is moving that way, but Meeks couldn't cash out with the floater attempt. Gaskins trying to bait the officials into a whistle there, but they play on. He still has a smile on his face. Hidon on the block. Gaskins tees for 3. Indeed. Panama has any opportunity to try the upset here. Gaskins is going to have to score and score in bunches. Caught the crossover. Good attack there.
It's going to be tough if USA is moving the ball like that and they're getting cuts, and McCaw slash to the basket there and finish it.
11-point lead. 2:03 to play in the quarter. It's Rodriguez on the attack. Can't get it to go. Cheatman almost gave it away. Lamb was thinking about teeing up another 3, but the ball slips right through his hands.
That's one of the ones he had already counted the 3 points and looked up at the board and said, okay, I have 3 more on there. You gotta see the ball into your hands, see the ball through the hoop before you can count it.
Charted into the game now for Panama, number 4 in white. Highlighted him in the pregame. He's rarely played with Gaskins. This is the first time we've really seen him play alongside Gaskins, normally spelling Gaskins. That's going to be an offensive foul on Romero with a bone-crunching screen on Meeks. And Meeks is not an easy guy to fall off. Meeks wanted to let the youngster know, hey, I felt that one. contact.
Feel those ones later when you get back to the hotel.
Pemberton into the game for the U.S. As is Davis. Clark back in as well. Panama in a 2-3 zone. It'll be Pargo on the cross. Still tends to shoot. Pargo, bad pass, left his feet. Tried to fire it into Clark and turned it over. Achore. Foul away from the basketball. It's going to be on Pemberton. It's only the 13th foul for Team USA. That's the active Gil Atencio. So a lot of youth on the floor for Panama. Gaskin's really the only starter. Hedon blocked by Davis. Pargo wide open for three. Indeed.
That's tough. Pargo running, walking into it, but Davis is the one that really created that play, right? A hard dive to the basket, took Machore with him, and Pargo just walking into it. Easy shot.
Gaskins didn't call glass, so it didn't fall for him. Pargo will push the other way. Pargo knifing his way in the lane and nails the floater.
So strong, right? Gets into the paint. Has the defender just bouncing off of him, and he has his tendency to land on two and just power back up into his mid-range shots and floaters. So he can't really, doesn't really affect him. Contact doesn't affect him at all.
It's a good move there by Atencio. Blew right past Davis for the layup. 26-12. The West could hold for the final look. You know Pargo wants it. Gives it up to a wide open Clark. Team USA hitting on all cylinders right now. 29-12. After the first 10 minutes of play, the Americans flexing their muscle here in Brazil. First quarter stats rather, on the screen right now. Team USA shooting the lights out. 67% from three-point range. Here are the best plays, sights and sounds in the first 10 minutes of action. Scan the QR code on your screen right now to download the Courtside 1891 app, stream, schedule, scores, and so much more. FIBA AmeriCup here in Brazil. We also have Eurobasket going on in Europe. The upcoming FIBA Women's World Cup. This basketball truly never stops. 29-12, your score in favor of Team USA. They lead Panama. Technically the third game for both of these teams. Team USA still has a half to play against Venezuela, or half to finish against Venezuela. Their game got postponed yesterday due to technical difficulties that we had with the court. So they'll play that half tomorrow and finish off that game. They lead big in that game, by the way. 2-3 zone here for Panama. U.S. shooting the lights out from 3 as Mason attacks, using his body to shield and kissed it off the window. His first 2. Atencia. Davis doing a good job of moving his feet and forced Atencia to a turnover. One thing Panama couldn't do was turn the ball over, and they're doing that here in this game. Cole for 3, way off. There's going to be open shots available from 3-point range if Panama is comfortable staying in that 2-3 zone. So long as Team USA moves the basketball the way they had in that first quarter. Gaskins, Atencia. Grant trying to make a cut, but he was guarded well there by Cole. Pemberton trailing Machare. That's a tough layup.
Good job there, just turning the corner, exploding to the basket, and just scooping it under to the basket there. Feeling the defense behind him, avoiding it.
Pemberton shows the up fake, then attacks. Lost control of the ball, lands in the hands of Mason. Now Cole digs in, finds Davis in the sweet spot. His first 2. Machare again, blowing right by the defense. Blew the layup, but he'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
See here, attacking and that scoop, that underhand scoop again, and he's picking up right where he left off in his last match, right? The aggression that he left that fourth quarter with. Coming out here, you can just see his confidence, picking up right where he left off there. The attack, the change of speed. You know, he's wiry, but you can see he has some good core strength in how he's able to control himself, control his body, and shield off the defense.
Machare, 19 years of age. Younger players on this Panamanian squad. Takes a deep breath before releasing the next free throw. Missed it. Driving baseline. Cole finds some open space to drill a 3. If they're going to shoot like this, it's going to be tough for Panama to really sit back in that zone and allow them open looks.
Really tough and good passes, and USA is doing a good job of just shifting and moving the ball side to side, forcing the defense to work.
What a rejection by Grant. Zimmerman had eyes for a dunk, and Grant denied him. Atencia to the 10. That leads to a timeout for Jensen. Perfect timing so we can enjoy that block once again. We talk about challenging at the summit. Grant putting his body on the line in front of the much bigger Steven Zimmerman. Got him out of there. 36-15 the score, 7:30 remaining here in the first half. And we'll wait to see the sights and sounds from Team USA's huddle as Alex Jensen will draw up a set. Reminder, you can scan the QR code right there on your screen right now, or head to your app store and type in courtside 1891 and download the app. That will keep you up to date with what's happening here at the FIBA AmeriCup. Here's the block. Getting that out of there.
And the first down the floor, right? Ends up on the floor on one end, and first big down the floor, beats Zimmerman down there. Got himself a bucket. Took the elbow to the head as well, just rubbed it a bit, got up, and called it, got on his horses.
It's the energy that Panama has to play with if they plan on making this a ball game. The problem with that energy and effort and spending that is now played 3 games in 4 days. They're also not as deep as any of the other teams here for Panama. That's why we saw Machori come into the game a lot earlier than normal.
He has the energy. He's a ball of energy.
Sure does. He's on the rock right now, guarding Pargo. Let's see what Team USA runs out of the timeout. Clark back into the game, 14 in blue. It's Pargo. Zimmerman sets the screen for him. Pargo, step back 3. Can't get it to go. Ka had eyes on a tap back, but got the steps wrong. Chore. Rodriguez calling for a pick. Dangerously close to the timeline. Now hesitates, blows by McCaw. Good hand snare by Clark. Pargo in the open floor. Looking for help. It's Zimmerman. This time floats it calmly into the basket. Wasn't going to try for the dunk on this attempt.
Smarter adjustment there, but for his size, he has pretty good touch, right? He's just caught that right under the free throw line there and just guided it in.
Off turnovers, USA has 7. Machore high off the window, can't get it to go, so Clark will able to pull down another rebound. He has 7 rebounds so far in the game. Cole for 3, indeed.
That's it right there, right? You get one pass, shift the defense over, and nobody's communicating. You get that right back.
Morris Cole 9 on the night. County. He's been a plus 17. He's 8 minutes on the floor. US shooting 62% from 3-point range. Chore. Atencia stepped out of bounds.
Panama, you know, they're sticking in that zone. You also have to understand the zone is not a time to relax. It's you are matching up in an area, and if there's 2 on your side, there's a problem. Somebody isn't covering somebody, right? So there needs to be some communication as well, especially from that backside, because you're relieving, you know, you're in a 2-3, the guards up top. So they've just got to communicate a bit more and be a bit more active. Otherwise, the USA is going to continue moving the ball from side to side and getting open shots.
Panama with 9 turns in the game so far. There's Cheatham. McCaw will try for 3. Too strong. Cheatham and Lamb battle. Cheatham wins the war. Fresh 14. Great pass by Pargo, finding the cutting Meeks. Machori. Hard dribble, step back, got Pargo going the wrong direction. That's nasty.
That's good. That's a good young fella. That's a great young fella right there.
Panama falling asleep, leading to a McCaw layup. Pargo found him again. Pargo now 4 assists in the game. Some fast break points beginning to mount up for Team USA. Rodriguez crossing over on Cheatman. That's great defense by Cheatman. And the offensive foul on Rodriguez with the hook. Cheatman using his feet on the smaller guard. That's the type of stuff that you see out of Cheatman that gets you excited about maybe seeing him play at the NBA level. Coming off the bench, giving you that level of energy in defense.
Sitting down, moving his feet, and that's Rodriguez, a quick guard with you know, some handle, and doesn't phase Cheatman at all. And if you're Rodriguez, and I said the other day as well, there's just a little too much east-west with it, right? And too much dribble without really moving with intent or getting it. That could have been a dunk we wanted. Wanted to see a little highlight.
Shorey slips on the ground. Ayarza fires a pass inside, and a bucket there by Castillo. As players beginning to pass up and slide all over this court here. Yeah, you're right. Cheatman got up, just missed the dunk.
Probably got too far above the rim there.
Meeks in his office nails another three.
That's one guy, if you haven't read the scouting report, you got to get up in his grill because he gets his feet set, gets his hands ready, it's going up. He's made a living doing that.
He's got a corner office in the three-point line. CEO over there, Land Beyond. As you said earlier in the tournament, maybe the athleticism leaves you, but the shot never does. But Shorey skying. He's putting on a show for Panama here in the first half.
Shorey getting to the paint, scooping above the defense, nice finish. Pargo's taking that personally.
Grant denies Pargo. Now in the open floor will attack Cheatman. That was two high flyers going at it. Cheatman victorious in that battle. Pargo saying, hey, let's slow it down. Run a set. Cheatman wants it. Sword attacking the rim. Meeks, count it.
Bang, 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 bang. Sword knew, right? He knew exactly where to go with it. Cheatman, a good job reversing the ball to that second side. Sword getting the baseline drive, then a kick out to your shooter. You know where to find it. You want to pass some stats, get to your shooter, get some assists.
51-23, US in front. Ayarza avoiding the block and laying it off the rim softly. His first two. We're going to need more from him. Be able to dig out this hole. It's Meeks again. There's going to be an offensive foul before the shot. This time Sword picking up the foul. As you see Cole and Zimmerman coming back into the game for Team USA with 2:07 remaining in the first half. Into the game for the first time for Panama, number 20 in white. This is Ayarza. Spacing an issue for Panama on this possession. Ayarza forced one up and got it to go. Kind roll on that rim. Lamb back into the game for Team USA. Montenegro got his hand to it. And Shorey right back to Ayarza. Count the bucket and the foul. 6 quick points for Ayarza after going scoreless in the first period.
How about the assist and the decision by Machory just to get it back, right? The patience. And I'm impressed with the patience because it's a young fella, right? Ayarza pushing it here. Could have forced it, just knew to give it right back. Protects it, shields it, kisses it off the glass.
Bucket leads to a timeout. Coach Jensen wanted to talk about it. 51-29, your score with a minute 23 to play here in the second quarter. For Team USA, Pargo with 10 points away, 7 rebounds. Clark. Team USA already knocking down 10 three-pointers, shooting 63% from land beyond, but more importantly, ball movement. Team, 15 assists. Here's one of them.
Prime example right there, right? Penetration. attacking the defense. And Jody Meeks, 8 points, 1 assist, 2 for 2 from the three-point line. And guys know it, right? They know the personnel, they're finding their guys. And that was Sword there on that penetration. We've seen Sword do a bit of everything. We've seen him score the ball over this, you know, his 1.5 games so far, score the ball. We've seen him pass, we've seen him rebound, we've seen him play athletic. And now you see him making just good decisions, right? And smart decisions.
Technically, this is really 2 now.
Two
Getting
games.
close to the half that they did not play against Venezuela.
You trying to say your math is better than mine?
Trying to get any victory I can. It's Sword for 3. Can't hit. Another tap back and offensive rebound that Clark won. And he rewards himself with a 3.
And you look at how fast the ball just moving up around the court, right? Offensive rebound, kick out, and then just the recognition to see the shooter in the corner and kick it out to Clark right away. Panama can't keep up. They can't move their feet as fast as the ball moves.
Yarza, the up fake, then using his body to get some space. USA throwing it away here as Montenegro stops and pops. That's a tough shot to make over Zimmerman. He tried to use the window to do it. Still a 24-point lead. A 2-second difference between shot and game. Cole behind his back. Nasty. Horace Cole getting his bag. 12 points and counting.
Snatched it behind his back, went and got it. Right into it.
That's how we'll end the first half. Team USA in front, 57-30, putting on a show, a shooting display from 3-point range. Here are the stats from the first 20 minutes of play. 12 3-pointers on 63%. Team USA, if you're wondering how they got out this big lead, they're just knocking down shots. 16 assists on those 57 points. Tough for Panama to find any sort of rhythm because they're taking the ball right out of the basket almost every time down the floor. Cole just nailed the 3 to close the half. Game high, 12 points. Machore on the other end coming off the bench to give Panama 7. The first half sights and sounds are all yours. We'll be back for the second half of this game. Team USA leads 57-30 over Panama. Batista met by Aska on the hedge. Rodriguez behind the back to Rojas. Showing out here in Brazil.
Again, Rojas catching the defense by surprise there. Corbett
uses the Romero fake. Oh, what a rejection by Galisi. Value way in the front court. Left pivot. Vitola for three. Frustration slam. 9 points for him. Capasso. Delia inside, blocked by Condit. Reyes in the open floor with the crush. Good 4-0 start for Puerto Rico. Took a brief rest, gave it away. Jaime's on the runway. Pounds it home. Jules was not ready for that pass. Batista. Rodriguez behind the back. Batista with the gorgeous look, and Rodriguez finishes off the highlight.
Batista knew it. Ivan Aska was running down like a freight train.
Right to the bucket, but he's rejected by Amigo. Key block for Amigo. Another gorgeous time by Capasso finding Deck. Deck, he knows. Again, driving. Stolen there by Thompson. Thompson in the open floor, goes behind his back. Thompson right to the rim! Well, that's why you put him in the game, create some havoc. It leads to a timeout. And Thompson get to his bag. A highlight reel finish. Welcome back to Recife, Brazil. As we get set for the second half of action, Team USA up 57-30 over Panama. That youngster right there, one of the bright spots for Panama, Isaac Machore. Reminder, you can keep up to date with everything AmeriCup. Scan the QR code or head on to your app store and download the app. Courtside 1891. Streams, scores, and schedules. Watch games on demand, extended highlights, and so much more. Courtside 1891. Download it today. They find themselves in a steep road to try and climb out of here. Laura Melendez, the head coach, Puerto Rican head coach, guiding the ship here for Panama. Javon, what do you need to see out of Panama to kind of make you believe that maybe they can get back in this game and threaten for a victory?
They've got to win every hustle category going forward, right? You can't just relax, and they almost seem like their hearts have been taken from them. And offensive rebounds got to be high, defensive rebounds got to be high. You know, steals and more importantly deflections, because that just shows the amount of activity from your team, right? And the U.S. has done a good job of just moving the ball side to side. Well, you can't allow them second chance opportunities because they're shooting at a high clip right now. So anything that comes off that rim, you got to get contest shots, run them off of the three-point line if you want to have a chance, and force them into tough mid-range jump shots, contest at the rim.
Team USA nailed 12 threes in the first 20 minutes, shooting 60% from deep. It's going to be tough to beat any team. They're shooting like that from the land beyond. Off we go here, second half action. US wearing the dark uniforms, Panama in the home white. Machore, Yarza for three. Tried to guide it in with his body. An offensive rebound by King. Now Yarza with the smaller Mason on him. Jump step and lays it in.
That's big, right? You find matchups, find mismatches, and attack them. That was a great recognition there, and Yarza with the smaller defender on him and taking advantage of them.
It'll be Zimmerman on the block. This is his first touch on the block in the game, and he made it look easy over King.
Yeah, 2 dribbles to the middle, and then just that momentum getting back to his right hand there. Nice hook.
6 points for Zimmerman. Gaskins looking for a cutter, finds Machore, who came off the bench but starts the second half for Panama. Yarza, mid-range shot, no good. Battling inside was Romero, but Zimmerman clapped it down.
Yarza has a tendency to just get comfortable. You see here, just
Sword looking to go up and pound on Yarza's head.
and up in the elevator there. Good block.
Romero on the other end. Good patience by him to lay it in.
To finish it. Again, to my point, if you're Yarza, don't get complacent and get comfortable with the jump shot, right? There's mismatches on the court. You're a bigger wing, find him, attack him.
Mason kicks to the corner for Clark. In and out. Clark a little upset at himself as he runs by us. Won't repeat what he said.
You can, I won't.
8:07 to play.
Trying to throw you under the bus.
Third, as usual. Now we were a team over here. It's Romero. He's back to the basket. Shimmy shake. Got it up. Would have been pretty if he finished it. There's Cole. Comes off the drag. Finds Zimmerman rolling. Zimmerman lucky that Clark was wide open. He was able to track down the air and pass. Mason. Sword. It's Mason for three. Indeed.
That's just good basketball, right? Great ball movement. Nothing to draw up there. Just inside, outside, paint touch, kick out, rhythm three. And everybody's knocking it down now, right? That's tough to cover.
Romero looking for cutters. Finds King. Yarza wants it on the block. He has Clark on him. One to shoot. Got it off just in time, but it was an air ball. Maybe Norris Cole. Turns the corner. Zimmerman rolling. Couldn't control the ball. Machore fired it off the shoulder of Gaskins, and look out. Cole open 4-3. Waited for Machore to arrive so he could stare at him on the flyby, but missed the shot. Maybe a little too disrespectful on that three-point attempt. King. Ayarza. The offense completely stagnant right now for Panama. So it's Machore getting the kind roll on the midi. Machore almost coming up with the pickpocket there. King did well to keep it in. Oh, that's a tough layup by Sword. Using his body on the much bigger Ayarza.
And that's twice now. Ayarza is caught late coming back. Sword beat him up the court. Mason just wasn't allowed, just didn't see him get it to him in time, but got to get back. That's the floor bounce that we're talking about. Can't allow USA to get under the rim and be the first down to the other side.
Ayarza, one dribble pull. Too strong. Cole tracked the other way. Hides behind a Clark screen, now turns the corner. Keeps the dribble alive. Now looking for help. Finds the outlet, Mason. Mason crossing over. Tees up the 2. It's the back iron and falls Ayarza's way. Machore directing traffic. How about the 19-year-old leading the charge on the court? Trevor Gaskins, captain of the team, right now on the rock. He's been quiet here in this third. Really hasn't looked for his offense much. King going to work on Zimmerman. Kicked it out. Ayarza for 3. Not a bad look. Just can't get it to fall. Mason right to the basket. Oh, blew the layup. Machore taking the advantage the other way. Romero could not finish to highlight. Gaskins put it on a silver platter for him. Romero let the ball slip right through his hands. There's been a couple blown alley-oop attempts in this game. As Cole just gives you the old-fashioned mid-range jumper.
This is, Panama's quit right now, right? You can just tell, yeah, great shots aren't dropping, but what's happening on the defensive side? How many baskets has USA come down and just walked into and sauntered into? Like, this is an open gym run.
Cole with the strip. 3-on-1. It's Cole behind the back to Mason. Mason now with 7. Romero, Machore, 2-man game. Romero wants it on the block, but didn't really fight for position there. Got it on the wing instead. Machore pulls for 2. He's got to be tired. He's giving you all the effort he can here in the game.
And I respect it. You know, I still respect it, because right now I only see fight out of him, and I only see fight out of Romero.
Tough to see from Panama. So plenty of time remaining in this game. Going to sit back in the zone here. Fresh 5 on the floor for Team USA. McCaw finds Cheatman. Lamb will tee up a 3. Can't get it to go. Pemberton, Lamb, Cheatman, McCaw, Pargo, the 5 on the floor for Team USA. Machore. Romero! Hammer time. The 2 that you said are showing a little bit of fight. Gave you something to get out of your seat for. They got to get a stop. Pargo. Can't get it to go. He's been aggressive looking for his offense here in this third game for Team USA. Gaskins for 3. No good. Lamb in the open floor. Cheatman wanted the lob to be thrown. Instead, Lamb decided to give him the bounce pass. It was tapped out of bounds. Cheatman's looking for the highlight. You can see it.
It is. He's going to do anything like we've seen in the layup line. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I see 360 windmills. I see some between the legs. seen him just lob it to himself and just go get it. I don't know where how high he threw it, but.
It's Pemberton, no good. Cheatman, the offensive rebound, finds McCaw for three. Indeed. McCaw with the kiss to the crowd. And we're splashing one home. There's shot hunters, there's foul hunters, and there's highlight hunters. Cheatman falls in the latter category.
I mean, if he's gonna get one, this would be the game, right?
Feels like this. King, three defenders around him. There's going to be the foul on the floor. Pargo acknowledged it right away. There's only two on the shot clock, so Panama bailed out there. It's the first foul for Pargo. And checks into the game for Panama. There's Pargo. The foul there. Fresh 14 for Panama to work with. It's Gaskins. Attacking baseline. And Cheatman hit him with his hip and forced him out of bounds. There was a play in the first half where Cheatman was able to move his feet, and this time got beat. And never able to really recover against the foul. There, the inbound. Lamb fouls Gaskins, and three quick fouls for Team USA here. Lamb didn't really argue the call. Did have some leather, but also a lot of skin. Introduced into the game now, felt like that one was getting a little slick. King, who's triggering the inbound. Atencio. Achore with 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Gaskins put it down in front of Pemberton, and he ripped it right out of his hands. Cheatman. And his hand in the air. Lamb and Gaskins going at it. Gaskins says, see you later. 4. And the basketball for Team USA. So there's the technical foul free throw that Gaskins gets rewarded with. Just one of those weird things in basketball. He gave the blow and then got rewarded with a trip to the line. A weird chain of events. Pemberton knocks down the first. Gaskins goes over and taps him on the side. Pemberton gave him a thumbs up. That's good to see after all of that.
That's still a vet, but he's still trying to. Sportsmanship. You know what? I'll hold my thought.
It's the right thing to do. And there's a moment where probably just let frustration settle in. And doesn't want that to be the memory of this game. Now they compete for the basketball. Gaskins comes away with the steal. Machore in the open floor. Cheatman went in to pin it on the backboard. Foul underneath. I believe it's on Parker. Cheatman wanted to put that ball through the glass.
And the crazy part is he wasn't going up to block it with one. He wanted to go to block it with two. He didn't get it on the first side. He wanted to get it on the second side.
He was nailed his head on the rim. Was just at center court, trying to wipe his hands on the floor to get them dry. It is a little bit humid in this gym. Really impressed with this youngster this afternoon, bringing it for Panama. Obviously needs a little bit more help from his teammates, but 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, give him 10 after that free throw falls through. His effort has not wavered. Pemberton in the corner. Switch with Parker. Skip past McCaw. Cheatman at the foul line. His back is to the basket. Hands to Pemberton, who's cutting. Last touch, they say, by Team USA will go the other way. Parker looking at saying, shoot that thing. It's a 12th turnover for Team USA. Panama has 13 in the game. Gaskins uses the Atencio screen. That shot with the foot on the line as the shot clock was winding down. Missed the mark. Pargo Cheatman couldn't complete the highlight. All last touch by Giron, and that will stay right here.
That's twice now. He's got way up above the rim. Just over-jumped it, right? Over-jumped it, overthrew it. And he knows he can see it. He can see it there.
Pemberton would tend to shoot. There's Cheatman. McCaw, the extra. Pemberton can't get it to go. Clark, strong rebound inside. And he's fouled by Atencio on the floor. It's only the second team foul for Panama in this quarter. 17 seconds remaining. Atencio's first. Strong rebound by Clark.
Two-handed, right? That's what they teach you. Two-hand rebounding. He got up there. Of course.
2-second differential between shot and game. Pemberton. McCaw for 3 at the buzzer. Can't get it to go, and that's how we'll end the third quarter. 73-40, Team USA dominating here through 3. There are the stats. First 3 quarters of play, 52% from 3-point range for Team USA. Shooting the lights out here. This evening, here are the best plays and sounds from the first 3 quarters of action. Highlights for the Americans in this game. They're up big on Panama as we get set for the final frame here in Brazil at the FIBA Basketball AmeriCup 2022. The U.S. are able to secure this victory. They will move to 2-0 technically, rather 1-1 technically. They still have a half to play against Venezuela. Scan the QR code for the Courtside 1891 app. Keep up to date with everything AmeriCup streams, schedules, and scores. Courtside 1891. Download it from your app store right now. So there's still a half to play between Venezuela and Team USA. We saw Venezuela defeat Mexico earlier. Venezuela right now are 2-0. But they are losing in the half remaining to Team USA. They're down big in that one. The scoreline will be important for seeding in this group. Because if this continues to be the result here and Team USA is able to finish off Venezuela in their half remaining, there'll be 3 teams, same record. Pargo to Clark for 3, no good. Atencio with the rebound. Pachore finds Atencio down low, working on Pargo. Oh, Pargo says no. Leads to a Meeks 3. Can't get it to go as King pulled down the one-handed rebound. What a block by Pargo. The small bodying up on the big. Sending it back. Atencio. Romero. Rodriguez, 5 to shoot. Rodriguez gonna have to put it up. He does not. Had no idea how much time was on the shot clock when he turned the corner. Now that you're retired and you can sit here and be more of a fan of the game, does it always surprise you how players on the floor never know how much time is on the shot clock in those situations?
It's infuriating because the game looks so simple when you're sitting over here, right? And now that you almost feel like you could still go out there and give a cool 15-5 right now, just playing the game smarter, right? And just having the awareness.
5 on the floor for Panama's Cheatman bats one on the glass. Pargo looking for help now. Finds it in McCaw.
I think you also, with age, realize less is more, right? So less dribbles, more backdoor cuts, just reading and simplifying things, and you can be extremely productive. But hindsight is always 20/20.
USA cooling off from three-point range now at 47% from deep. King tees up a 3, in and out. Panama now 1 of 12 from deep. Under 8 to play. Cheapman, jet fuel.
And Pargo celebrates that finally we got one.
Crowd also erupting with that Cheapman slam. He's tried multiple times to throw one down. He finally does. Machare stopped and popped but couldn't get the drop. Pargo pushing the other way. Pargo to Cheapman. He got away with the walk. No, he didn't. Whistle was just late.
He was still high off of that first alley-oop. He was about to punch it again. See here, just above the rim, playing with it. Just seated up.
Cheapman leaves the game here, getting his alley-oop finally. Davis checks in for him.
And he's good now. He got that. He got the highlight he wanted. To sit down, to relax, put the towel on his head, laugh with his guys.
Rodriguez takes the body and he'll go to the line for one more after making the layup.
And finally, like a lot more of that from Rodriguez, just taking the ball and reading the defense and attacking, using his quickness, getting to the rim. North-south, right? Like that's the type of play that you want from him. I think he's got to go back and just, you know, watch these last couple of games, right? He's getting stuck with the ball in his hands and the offense becoming stagnant. A lot more downhill, right? Use your quickness, use your skill set to your advantage.
Why do you find that players that do have the handle and speed advantage like to play east-west versus north-south a lot of the time?
A lot of the time, it's just bad habits, right? And not being taught to utilize the pass, utilize the cut, and understanding, you know, the importance of the attack and how much, you know, you can impact a game or how much attention you can draw, because you're always, some players are just always thinking to score, right? And sometimes the easiest way to score is using, you know, your auxiliary pieces or your cuts and back doors, and that's just a learning process.
That last layup might have awoken Rodriguez as he drills the three. Cole looking for help, skip pass to McCaw. Meeks left the air. This ball is moving, folks. Tapped out of bounds by King.
You see down there that the last play, the shot opens up for Rodriguez, and I firmly believe that's, you know, a big part in the play right before him, his attack to the basket. So now as a defense, you're thinking, okay, this guy's quick, he's going to get back to the basket. No, defense sags off a bit, and that's a more open rhythm shot. Again, less is more.
2-3 zone now for Panama. Cole, Davis won't get it off in time. Cole needed to put it up. And again, a shot clock violation here in this fourth quarter. Yarza back into the game for Panama, 10 in white. Just looking to go to work on the block on McCaw, but McCaw did a good job of fronting him the first time, and now Ayarza using his size advantage to back in on McCaw. Tough angled shot. McCaw did a good job of not fouling. Cole not willing to force up a three. Davis, McCaw, nice cut. Points and counting for Patrick McCaw. Rodriguez did a good job of saving that one. Romero, McCaw tapped it out of bounds. 8 seconds left on the shot clock for Panama to work with. And head coach for Melendez looks on. It's one of those games, coach. You get it. As McCaw leaves, he gets a high five from Coach Jensen and his staff. Brings Ward back into the game, headband and all. Gaskins at the foul line, gets it to go. Flashing, finding an open spot. Sword with a tough shot, count it, and the foul. I was just about to say the spacing wasn't right there, as Lamb and Sword were really in the same real estate. Didn't matter, Sword rose up, drilled the three, and he'll go to the line for one more. The foul is on King, and he can't believe it.
Lamb didn't even get the damn caught the ball. He was actually open himself, to your point, and didn't even look at the rim.
Didn't matter, as it paid off with a Sword three. And Sword short arms the free throw, and then gets fouled by King as King was holding his arm. Sword laughing about it.
And King with palms to the sky. We can see the hole from here. We can see it.
It's a fresh 14 now for Team USA to work with. It'll be Mason turning the quarter. Mason blocked by Romero. Pemberton, Sword, jab step attack. Wide open for three is Frank Mason the third. Can't get it to go, gets his own miss. Left alone, hands it up to Sword. Sword flexing at the end.
Now they're just having fun. They're just toying with Panama right now.
Safe to say this is the largest lead of the game.
Hey man, I think Panama has a push in them.
They might. Gaskins. The rest of Group C is hoping that they do try and reduce some of this plus minus Team USA is accumulating. Sword to the basket, hands it off. Pemberton avoids the block, gets fouled, and will go to the line.
It's a tough one for, games like this are tough for the referees as well, right? Because you don't want to call fouls to extend the game and put USA on the free throw line, but at the same time, you can't dismiss, some of the foul calls, right? So it puts them in a predicament as well.
Foul's a foul, whether it happens in the first 5 minutes, last 5 minutes. They got to blow the whistle if they see it.
You can look past one or two of them, but when you hear the echo, that skin echoing in the arena.
Castillo turns, looks for Gaskins. Gaskins will tee up a three. Needed more of that tonight from him. Pemberton slipping on a wet spot. What are the officials going to call here? Because that was the problem, wet spot that we had. We'll see Pemberton sliding into second base. Was able to get up and walk it off. Not an issue, as volunteers here in Recife have been hard at work, making sure that the court stays tip-top shape. Panama complaining that it should be a turnover because it's either a travel or something. The officials blow and say, hey, really nothing Pemberton can do, especially on that specific side of the floor. So it's American basketball. This is Pemberton driving baseline, finds Sword. Sword banks it off the chest of Davis and goes out of bounds. That was a tough pass and tough catch for Davis to have to make.
It's tough, especially for your bigs, right? They don't necessarily have the softest hands. Put them in that predicament there to catch through traffic. Takes a special big for that.
3:10 remaining in the game. This is Romero on the block. Spins away from Mason and lays it in. Gaskins hounding Mason now. Lamb. Pemberton. Horn set for Mason to turn with. Lamb surveys. Pemberton, good up fake and then drives. Body contact. No good. Offensive board for USA. Mason. Davis down the lane. Couldn't get it to go, and it's a shot clock violation. They had opportunities to cash out. Panama showing that they do have some ability to guard a little bit, as the bench is now empty for Panama. Montenegro, Castillo, Grant, and Romero and Machore, the 5 on the floor for Panama. This is Montenegro. Romero. Machore inside to Castillo. Machore's gonna have to put it up. He'll attack. Shot clock violation. Exactly 2 minutes remaining in this one. Panama's tournament will come to an end without a victory. As you assess what Panama is given us here in Brazil, what do you take away?
I take away Chore and Romero, like two young studs that I think have a bright future. And, you know, despite Panama's lackluster performance here in the tournament, there's still some pieces there to work with, right, and continue to build and grow from. But as far as there we go. Speaking of the devil, right? As soon as you say his name, gets himself in trouble. But I think, you know, the disappointing part about this is the lack of fight that you see today, right? And, you know, obviously they were outmatched, outclassed, and USA came in and had a big-time game shooting the basketball and moving it as well. That was the downside. That was the disappointing side. But, you know, those two young studs right there, I think there's a lot to be excited about it. You know, hopefully this doesn't discourage them, because, you know, they're part of this kind of new future.
Definitely laying the groundwork to be the future of this program at 19 years of age for Machore, 23 years of age for Romero, as Romero comes up with the block on Mason. Montenegro. Good strip there by Pemberton. As a matter of fact, he gets called for the foul, and Pemberton says, yes, correct, referee. That is me.
And I think the key, too, is, especially for a team that you know, may not have the most talent year after year, there's going to be an importance on sticking together, right, and playing together summer after summer, window after window, because in the long haul, cohesiveness and chemistry, you know, that counts for something, right? And those, I think you'll see over as you're watching the European Championships and, you know, the AmeriCup here and a lot of the window tournaments. Those are the teams that seem to have the most success, and even our teams that upset, you know, are on upset alert and upset some of the bigger teams that are more talented. It always boils down to that cohesive piece and just knowing your team, knowing your personnel, knowing your guys on and off the court.
3 games into the tournament, we've now seen a little bit more cohesion for this U.S. squad. Machore touched it last, so we'll stay here with 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Win will move Team USA technically to 1-1. They do have a half of basketball to play against Venezuela, where they're up by double figures. That will be played tomorrow. Pemberton at the end of the shot clock goes out of bounds. 50.6 remaining in this game. So now that you've seen Team USA, and we do have one more half for them, but they'll be in the knockout stage after this victory. And you look at this squad and you say to yourself, how deep can they go? Who challenges them in your mind? What's the toughest matchup they might see in the knockout?
Well, it depends on, first it depends on what team shows up for USA, right? The team that we saw, you know, the opening night for them against Mexico, that team was, you know, wasn't the same aggression, wasn't the same team that was moving the ball as well as they are. They didn't shoot the ball as well as they are today. and even from a defensive standpoint, not as active, right? So I think they're going to be their own demise, gift and curse, right? Because who are we? You know, what is your identity? 2 games here, or well, 1.5 or under your belt. What is your real identity? Who's going to show up, right? Especially with, you know, the number of guys and the coach, the number of guys who can play in and out. You know, are you, if you play 10 minutes, are you going to produce? Are you play 20 minutes, are you going to produce? I think that's going to be the first thing that they have to identify.
88-58 your final score. Team USA defeating Panama here in the AmeriCup. Stats from this one. Lopsided victory for Team USA, and they shot the ball really well, 46%. 3-point range. 25 assists. That's the number you love to see for Team USA. Cole, Sword, and Pargo all in double figures. Machare led the way for Panama. Team USA smiling on their way off the court. They have 1/2 remaining in the group stage, and they can look forward to the knockout stage. The best plays from the game are all yours. Team USA with the big win over Panama here at the AmeriCup. We have one more game coming up next. It's Brazil, the host nation, taking on Uruguay. Stick with us. Catch that one. In the meantime, we'll say so long for now. Team USA defeating Panama here in the AmeriCup to go to 1-1.